wonderful project. I love the idea of this, the Platinum Jubilee and the gift to the Queen. We all love giving things. We all love receiving things. We all love giving things. And the idea of saying, yep, you're doing a good job, Mom, so let's give you something, is lovely. It's just absolutely lovely. And in a sense, it's an eccentric idea. But eccentric ideas are the ones that stick. Eccentric, outside the circle. Something unusual, something different. Ooh, never thought of that before. What a good idea. And we can thank our team, Mark and Mark, for having these lovely ideas and putting them into practice. So I've just seen somebody say, just been practicing Et Incarnatus Est. Does that mean the B minor Mass, Et Incarnatus Est? Because if it does, I think that's one of the best pieces of music ever written. Unbelievable. So clever. So wonderful. And thank you for comments about my suit. I'm wearing it because I run the music at the Old Royal Naval College in Greenwich, and that's a Sunday morning and a Monday evening, and it's a wonderful place. And so of course I wear my Sunday suit. This morning, sadly, we had so much COVID that the organist was off, so I played the organ, and I played the piano for a bit of it as well, and some basses were off, so I had to sing as well. But even so, it was a full-sounded choir. I'm very pleased with them. Do visit us sometime. Greenwich, come by boat to Greenwich, the Thames steamers, or whatever they're called, and come and join us for evensong on a Monday evening. That's the best, or Sunday morning at 11, if you like. Anyway, that's why I'm wearing my smart stuff. And here we go. We're up to 119. I so love the Psalms that I often simply remember numbers through the Psalms. Psalm 119 is the very, very long one, and we don't do it in one chunk in evensong. We do it in little chunks. And I would just like to welcome Florence, our next door neighbour Florence, who's just joined it because Florence lives next door to us, just downstairs there, over there. And she told me that she was having to do tests to get a proper passport, and to come from France, and which we heartily support. She's such a lovely lady, and one of the things was she had to learn the national anthem. So I said, "Oh, please come along this evening. We are doing the national anthem," and so that would be wonderful. And one of the great things about walking around this area, I find, in Pimlico, I strolled down to the market the other day in the morning and bought a few things and strolled back, and I counted in 1 minute of walking along the road, I counted 3 different languages being spoken around me. Wonderful. I love how cosmopolitan we are. And I'll ask Alistair if he's going to appear with a cocktail. They're asking if you're going to appear with a cocktail. We'll see. See if it happens. I don't drink so much alcohol these days, so perhaps it'll have to be an interest-free cocktail. We'll see. Lovely to see you all. I'm now banging on. So what a lovely idea this was. What a lovely project. Thank you, Mark and Mark, for it. you know that in order to make your contribution at the end, you go to the universal link, and everything is in videos and everything. And I've read out the succession of things you do, but I'll just say it again. It's 1, watch me on the screen. That should be fun. Then 2, wear headphones. 3, press record. 4, sing. And then 5, submit it to Dropbox. It's audio file we're doing, submitting the audio file to Dropbox. So this is a fascinating tune, God Save the Queen. Nobody quite knows what it was originally. It may have been plain song originally. It may be by John Bull, probably by Thomas Arne, but he certainly did a version of it, which I've played to you before. I'll just play the opening. That's different. Now that's going to confuse Florence. I'm so sorry, because she's got to learn the right one. But it ends, which is so delightful. Anyway, let's sing the first verse of our one, and just have a go at it. But first of all, let us just get in the mood for singing, which is what warming up is. So first of all, like this, bassists will already have done that this afternoon, and push your shoulders back like this, quite far. And then when you come back to the center, you should feel that you're taking in more breath. And so it's a lovely feeling of taking more breath in. Okay, so here we go. Back again we go, right back, and then forward. And you should feel tall, and you should feel your back is opened up. So often in getting more breath in when you're going to sing, you need your back to be relaxed and open. Stretched in a nice way, open. Okay, so let's just do this. So it's ma, 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 and go. Ma, 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 ma. And this one, and 3, 4. Ma, 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 ma. And as I keep reminding you, when you breathe in, the first thing you do is you relax, you release. I did it then. As I said, release. My muscles underneath my lungs had been gently lifting the breath up like that. Now let them drop it. And of course you breathe in, because you go down this weight of stuff underneath your lungs. You don't have to know what it is. Probably best we don't. The stuff goes down and in comes all of the lovely breath until you find yourself beautifully full of breath. Okay, so what about this one? This is getting on the high side for me. Sorry, bassists, do this if you want. Ma, ma, ma. Okay, but I'm going to attempt a high one with everyone, and go. Ma, 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 ma. I don't know whether that sounded distorted. It felt as if it did anyway, but you can do it, I'm sure. And here we go. So very soon we're going to sing the whole thing all the way through in our parts. So we're not going to do parts louder at all. We'll do the whole thing through with parts. And altos, there were mystery B naturals changed into B Cs somehow. We don't know how that happened, because our singers sang the notes that you see in front of you. Anyway, thank you to the person who brought this up with us, and our technicians have worked this afternoon to put it right. So you'll find it is now right. So I'm sorry there was that confusion. So now, those who don't know, the organ is played by the good Luke Bond, who is the organist at St George's Chapel in Windsor. A wonderful chapel which you can go to. I know I keep saying it, but I really don't feel I can say it too much, and that is go to St George's and go to Evensong. Go to choralevensong.org and put your postcode in and you'll find the closest Evensong to you. And if you go to Windsor, you'll find that that is probably St George's, and they have a fine choir there and everyone can go. It's not private. It's called the Queen's Private Chapel, but it's not. Go in and experience Evensong and enjoy it. And it's a lovely service. It goes on for 3/4 of an hour at the most, and that's on weekdays. And Sundays it's a little bit longer, but weekdays, go and enjoy it. And you don't have to do anything. People of all faiths and none can go, and you sit there and love the music. So, are we ready? I should think you've been saying you've been ready ever since I started banging on. So here we go. Let's put my clever headphones in and just think of all the technical advances that have enabled us to do all this now. It's quite amazing, and we have loads and loads of very clever scientists to thank for what we can do. Here we go. I'm going to play this all the way through and have a go. If you think, oh, I can't sing that bit, just try. Okay, go for it. Similarly, if you know people who say they can't sing, first of all, inform them that they can, and say, don't worry about the sounds you think you're making. Don't worry about the notes you think you may be getting wrong. Just do it. Make a sound through your mouth, and as often as not, it'll be the right one. Okay, just give them confidence and encourage them and get them to try it. Here we go. Well done, Luke. Now, let yourself be breathed. Breath flowing in. God's. And then relax now to let some breath in. Relax now. It's a little bit faster here, so be ready for it to get faster. Great stuff. Now I wonder how many of us, how many sopranos managed that one. So now let the bells. And you note that I've got Luke going. So you hear the bells. Listen out for the bells in the bar before. You can hear them in the pedals of the organ. You know that with his feet he plays those low notes. Bom, 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 bom. Now let the bells swing forth. And if any altos are managing to sing the descant, could they just tell us in the chat? And I'd love to hear from you in the chat to see how it's going. Basses, don't even think of it. And if a note is too high for you, basses, just it's not your fault. It's my fault for writing it. Okay, so just leave it out, and let us we'll have another go in a minute, and let us remember the purpose of what we're doing. We are thanking somebody wonderful. Now, when we see what's going on in the world at the moment, we see that a political system is a delicate one. And oh gosh, it's just so fortunate that sometimes it comes right and everything's good. But one thing I'd like to note about nations and institutions, right down to the simplest little institutions, right down to families, people so often take their example from the top. If you look at schools, for example, a benign, good, efficient, thoughtful head teacher will have an effect on the whole school. I know this because I've been in schools all my life and love schools, and it goes down to everyone. It goes to the people who are heads of department, and then it goes right down to the people who are working in the school. It goes to the people who are doing jobs like looking after the gate and cleaning. They all tend to take their example from who they perceive as the top, the person at the top. And it's something that you tend to do without thinking. So that's schools, businesses, firms tend to do that. There is an example, which is it's really mysterious process. But in this country, I like to think that we just look at our number one person who just has to be and be good. And the fact that she's also very funny is another thing entirely. Well, it's not. It's part of it. It's a wonderful part of it. And that she's so good with people. But we have to be thankful for that, because we could live somewhere where that doesn't happen, and there's ghastly oppression, and we must really protect it and keep it going as it is. I used to teach at Eton, and which I'm very pleased to say, and please don't believe all the stories you hear about it. It is an amazingly good place, and Eton is working to make it possible for so many people to go there that can't afford it, and that is happening. But the same thing happened there from the provost, and but the Queen came when we celebrated the 550th anniversary. And I used to have a thing with the choir. Of course, we're a team and we always turn up on time. Absolutely always turn up on time. I'm quite strict about that. I hope I'm nice about it, but they're left in no doubt that turning up on time is an important thing with choirs. Well, if a boy said to me, oh, sorry, I'm late, sir, I was talking to my teacher, I would say, did you tell them you had choir practice? And they'd say, well, no, sorry. Or if they said yes, I'd say, other boys would go, we know he's going to go and have a word with him. Anyway, one day now here's the big name drop of this session. I was having lunch with the Queen. I knew you'd be impressed. And we were having lunch because it was our 550th anniversary. But we had a choir practice shortly before the big service to celebrate 550th, and the Queen was still eating her pudding, and I couldn't go because I had to go and take choir practice. But anyway, So I just couldn't leave. So I knew that for once in my life I was going to be late. Anyway, I eventually ran off when she'd finished, ran to the choir practice in the little room by the chapel. And I said, and they all said, they all pointed to their watches with mock anger sort of thing, you know. And I said, I've got a very good excuse. Yes, they all said with their faces. Yes, what's this excuse? I said, I've been having lunch with the Queen and they chorused, but did you tell her you had choir practice? Anyway, there are more where that came from. Let's get on with singing, shall we? Enough stories. Right, so let's do that again, shall we? Have a go. Sing it too loudly rather than too softly, actually. So just give it real warmth, okay, and enjoy it. And when you read each phrase, give it that sentiment. God save our gracious Queen. Well, look after her, please. Long live her. May she live a long time, an even longer time. God save the Queen. Send her victorious. Whatever problems she has, let her solve them. Happy and glorious. Long to reign over us. God save. Mean every one. And you'll find that your physical voice works better when you mean it. Okay. Go for the important syllable. Okay. If you note that you're probably still getting a note wrong, try it after this session with your voice only, and altos only or tenors only. Okay, here we go. Young Luke, we're going to listen to you play my fanfare again. Okay, here we go. By the way, before we carry on, do you realise what that's made for? Sorry, it's God save. It's the end of God save. That's what the fanfare's built on. Anyway, you don't want to know that. Here we go. Pedals played with feet with different colour socks on. Relax a breath in.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Santa victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen. Thy choicest gifts
Bit faster. That's where we go over. 4 bars in one breath there. That's the only place.
may she defend us and never
There is a breath here.
leave us close to sing with heart and voice. God save the Queen.
Come back, Luke.
Long she has served us now, faithful to every vow. Great she has been. Lawless on earth for ring, and every nation sing. To her thanks we bring. God save our Queen.
Splendid. I hope you enjoyed that. Above all, enjoy it. when you do something off by heart, it's very interesting. That means from memory, but we say off by heart, don't we? And that means we have feeling, off by feeling, heart, mean it emotionally. So sopranos and altos, you can hear the soprano 2 part just to check that descant, and you'll find the notes a little bit awkward, the notes which are a bit awkward to get right. You start on the same, so it starts Now Let the Bells after you've heard, so it's bar 49, after you've heard Luke play. And then you sing Now Let the, that's the same as everyone else. And then you go up a major 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let the bells, and then the next note may be a little bit awkward. Okay, now let the bells. Now, the best way of getting that note, if you find it awkward, is to sing, is to remember that note. So I'm going to hold it on. It's just one above that one. So let that one, that high one, take care of itself. Now let the bells ring. Okay, and that one is one note below that one. So da da da, and so now let the bells ring and every nation sing. Okay, I'll do it again. Now let the bells ring and every nation sing. To her our thanks we bring. I'll do that again. And it's this chord underneath. Lovely chord. So it's so to her our thanks we bring. Okay, thanks. Get that fourth. As to her our thanks we bring. God save. And altos at that moment come up and join just for the last 2 notes. That one. So the soprano sing, the descant soprano sing, God save, and then you go, our Queen. So those 2 together sound like this. On the save. Okay. And with the altos, do you hear those 3 notes there? Okay. So if you look ahead, I know I keep saying this, but I don't think I can say it too much that you need to look ahead, because you take more in when you look ahead and you make more sense of it in your mind. It's when you read out speeches and talks and things. If you read ahead, you will read it more sensibly because you perceive it more sensibly in your brain. Let the bells ring. Do you hear? Now let the bells ring out, all nations sing, to her our thanks we bring. Okay, so you can do that separately, you can do both if you like, and have a go at it, because that top note is rather fun to sing, I imagine. And we are in F sharp major. We started God Save Our Queen, and then by that fanfare thing I took us up to a semitone above. It's exciting for a last verse to sing a semitone up. Some say it's vulgar. What does that mean? Okay, and then we go on. Just a word about the previous verse. That is bar 27, Thy Choicest Gifts, on page 5. It's unaccompanied, meaning there's no organ. You just sing on your own. And here's the harmony. we go over here, okay, and altos, yes, some, I don't know how that C, that crept in when it should be a B natural. Okay, and then next one, and we don't breathe there. And then this is sort of different harmony. And I'm rather fond of this. I was rather pleased with that. If anyone wants to know where I got it from, there's the Mozart 39th Symphony. It starts with the grand. I'm just trying to remember. Or something like it. And then he goes. And I thought, ooh, that's rather nice. So here we go. I've done it in the and listen, the same chord sequence. It's called reharmonization. We put a new harmony, new set of notes underneath. And the wonderful thing about singing in choirs, there are loads and loads and loads of wonderful things about, and I've been presiding over them for far more than 50 years, is that everybody can have a go. So you can have really experienced people alongside beginners. And so please think about joining a choir near you if you haven't already. And they will be patient with you, I know, and let you gradually find the notes. I've started one here in Pimlico, the Pimlico Musical Foundation. The Pimlico Musical Foundation is for children in primary schools near here, and they all now sing, and they all have singing lessons. But we also decided to have a choral society of adults. So we rehearse on Wednesday evenings in Pimlico. So you're welcome to inquire about that if you like. That's just one, but there are hundreds of choirs all over the place, choral societies that you could join in with. And they all welcome new members and want to help them to learn to get it right. Incidentally, can I give you two more commercials before we do it once again, please? Am I allowed another commercial or two? One is my choral courses, Rodolphus choral courses, for anyone 8 to 21. There are junior ones for the younger ones amongst that, and the senior ones for the older ones. And I started them in 1980 to prepare people for choral scholarships at universities. And in those days, mainly Oxford and Cambridge, now lots more. But they still go on, and we do excellent music in lovely cathedrals. And so if you go onto the Rodolphus, RODOLFUS Foundation website, and you can do it. And please, thank you for I'm being encouraged to give commercials. And I had planned for my 70th birthday to do Brahms' Fourth Symphony, because I've never conducted that. I've conducted all the other Brahms symphonies, but not Brahms 4, and that's my favourite. So I'd planned it, and then some virus came along and ruined it. But so I'm doing it on my 72nd birthday, which is on the April the 30th in St Gabriel's, Pimlico. Please come, and you can just come and listen to it. Or if you know the Fauré Requiem, come and join in the Fauré Requiem, because we're doing Fauré Requiem in the first half, and then Brahms' Fourth Symphony, which is so wonderful, in the second half. And we're using it to raise money for the Pimlico Musical Foundation. And there's going to be one guest of honour, and that's my teacher who taught me it at school all those years back, Tiffin School in Kingston, David Neild. So, but it'll be lovely to have lots of people there, and it's a beautiful place. Betjeman called it Pimlico Cathedral. Here we go. let's go now. Do ask any questions. I'm looking, when I look over here, it's to look in the chat and just to see if there's anything. Yes, it's audio only, not video this time. Okay, sorry, I keep picking up my piece of paper. So, shall we go through that once again and have a go and ask me any further questions? And oh, look, I'm 11 days older than Christine. Hope to see you there. That's amazing. That's lovely to hear. Thank you. And good. St Gabriel's Pimlico, Saturday, 30th of April, and you can find it online. But and buy tickets. Otherwise, go to my website. You'll find it there, ralphallwood.com. And oh, you know Tiffin. Good, great school. I was so fortunate to go there as a boy, and I do some teaching there nowadays, and it's wonderful. It's lovely. Good. We're getting some underlining of the choral courses. Susie Lapwood, are you related to Anna by any chance? Who's actually running one of the courses? And oh, holding interviews. Yes, good. Here we go. Right. Last time, I don't want to finish this because I'm enjoying nattering to you. Anyway, here we go. Here is the last one, and really enjoy recording this. Have a good old sing, won't you? And just enjoy yourself and take risks. If you're not quite sure of a note, sing it nice and loudly. You can always redo it. And here we go. God save the Queen, say we all. Well done, well done. I just stay with you for a little bit longer, just to have a look at any further questions in the chat. Anna Lapwood is a brilliant organist. Absolutely, she is. And some mentions of Tiffin, and no, it's nothing to do with the chocolate. And good. And so do get in touch with me about things like about those courses and concerts and Pimlico Musical Foundation, and if you happen to know of teenagers in the south of London, I run a choir for them called Inner Voices, and please send them to us. It's all on my website, so you can find it there. Okay, I'm I don't want to leave you. And I'm looking at all your messages. Shall we do it once again? Is the picture behind, you say Pimlico or Eton? Picture behind me. Ooh, there's Queen's Cambridge over there, which I preside over. Yes, we can sing it again. I realise some will have to go, but let's you say 30th of May. It's not. 30th of April. Saturday 30th of April is that concert. Okay. So let's do it one last time, and then I won't blather on after it. I'll just go and love you and leave you. And the next project, of course, is Evensong. So I'll see you doing Evensong, I hope. And I love Evensong, as I hope you realise. It's just a great invention by Cranmer, that hero. Here we go. Last time. It's only a couple of minutes, so here we go. Okay, really go for it this time. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you. see you again soon, I'm sure, for Even Song and Things.